Hello, everyone. I am Brent Craig, founder and CEO of Neutral Grounds, also the founder of Biz Bayou, and I'm also a startup founder who just sunsetted my startup jam around 7 months ago. And this video is going to be talking specifically to the solopreneurs. Now, we've been collecting data for like the last 3 weeks on who wants to attend Biz Bayou, which is going to be our first small business conference in New Orleans. And this is something that I think is going to be valuable to anyone, even if you're not in the city, within the region. We're going to be speaking on a lot of things that affect the Gulf South and how you as a business owner can scale your operations so that you can make more money. But this video is specifically going to be talking to the solopreneurs because I've seen that we have about 50% of solopreneurs that have signed up for this list. So I just want to give my top 5 tips for solopreneurs. And I'm gonna just jump right into it. You know, these videos are really straightforward, not too much editing, just want to talk straight to y'all. Also, if you want to sponsor Biz Bayou, I'm going to have a link for another application that you can fill out if you want to become a sponsor or if you want to have a booth. Pretty much recommended for like professional services, anyone that is servicing other businesses, because right now we have around 200 or so small businesses that have already committed to the wait list. So the first thing that I want to talk about is protecting your revenue generating hours. A lot of solopreneurs, they get caught up in the things that aren't making money. So whether it's making a website or making 500 pieces of content or just doing things that don't directly yield in making money. As a solopreneur, you really don't have a lot of resources. You don't got a lot of team members. So focusing on things that don't make you money will not make you money. And not making money will sometimes like put you out of business. So as a solopreneur, you need to focus on the things that are making you money. So whether that's sales, whether that's getting your offer together, whether that's going to find your first 3 customers, those are the things that make sense when you're a solopreneur because you have so little time and so little resources to focus on everything at once. So as you start building up the blocks and building out pieces of your business, then you can start delegating because you will have money. So I always recommend the first thing to do as a solopreneur is figure out ways to make money. Now, number 2, systemize before you scale. So if you're a solopreneur, a lot of people assume that since they don't have a team, they don't need to document policies and procedures. They don't need to figure out what are the systems that they need to be operating in because they're like, yeah, I just got it all in my head, or I'm just using Claude, or I'm just doing something. Like systemize your operations. And this can only be done through an actual operating system. So an operating system is nothing but a glorified to-do list. It just tells you what needs to be done, what is a part of what, and how long do you have to do it. And with this system, what it does is it allows you to bring other people into your business when it's time to actually start hiring, start bringing on partners and other organizations. Now, if you don't do this, the issues can be mounting because now you're going to be backtracking, trying to figure out, okay, how did I sell this client or how did I run the social media page? And now you're going to have to build out training systems just to bring in other people. It's going to be a waste of your time. So systemizing your operations, even as a solopreneur, is just so important, making sure that you have your org chart together, your operating system together, and your financial model. Like these are the things that you need to have done from day 1. Because if you wait till day 30 to do it, when you have 4 other people working with you, now you're working in the business and on the business, and you're just messing yourself up and misallocating your time. And it'll just cause a whole bunch of problems that you do not want. Trust me. So the next one is ruthlessly prioritize one needle mover per quarter. So with multiple divisions and projects running, the biggest solopreneur trap is spreading yourself thin. And it kind of goes to the last thing that I was just talking about. As a solopreneur, you're working on strategy, finances, legal, sales, marketing, IT. So many different vertical system functions. And then you also have your business verticals. So if I'm selling lemonade, now I got to worry about buying the ingredients, making a lemonade, pre-packaging, pre-batching. Those things really spread you thin as a solopreneur. So you need to focus on one thing that's going to actually move the needle for your business per quarter. So that one thing is not you working in the business. So this wouldn't be me making a cup of lemonade in the lemonade scenario. This would be me finding out, okay, where's the best place where the most foot traffic is? Any partnerships that I can get? Can I go get a discount on these lemons? Those needle movers allow you to really be flexible in how you grow your business, and it stops you from getting trapped just working inside of the business. You also want to work on the business. Number 4, build your pipeline weekly. So if you're not building a pipeline, you have nothing coming through, you're pretty much putting yourself in a predicament where you're going to be chasing sales last minute all of the time. If you're a social media manager, you need to be thinking about who's in your pipeline on a weekly basis. Maybe you go get a coffee from a coffee shop. You can ask them, anybody do your social media? You interested in getting a partner in that regard? Or if you're going to a restaurant, or if you're doing just anything in the day-to-day that you will be doing anyway, it's always important to keep your pipeline building if those people can be potential customers, because you will never know when things run dry. You never know when contracts will be up, and you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're kind of backtracking or you upside down in your pipeline. So week by week, whether you're using meta ads, whether you're using word of mouth, or just social media content that has some automations, always make sure that you're building your sales pipeline consistently, because your sales pipeline is kind of like the food for your business. So if your business doesn't eat, it's going to go hungry. So you got to make sure that there's always food on the table, because you need to eat it in order to get your money. And number 5, which is the most important, I feel like this is the most important piece of business advice I give to anyone, and even personal advice. Count your money. We have to be able to track our spending, because not tracking our spending is the biggest reason why businesses fail. I talk to people all the time. People who make millions of dollars a year don't have any way that they're counting their money. And they wonder why they're not keeping money, because it's really not how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. So you have to track your numbers to a T. And we're going to get more detail when we do like conferences, or when I launch the Biz By You course, where we show you specifically how we do this. But you need a QuickBooks account or something adjacent to that that allows you to categorize your expenses. You need a revenue model or projection model where you can see, okay, this is what I'm expected to make based off of if I sell this much at this conversion rate, at this cost per lead. And that's the numbers that are the business. Like when we say track your numbers, like your numbers is your business. So if you don't understand the numbers, then you don't understand your business, and we don't want to be flying blind. So if you just start your business, whether you're a year in, 2 years in, and you don't have a way to track your money, you don't have a way to figure out how much you're going to make if you achieve these goals, then you need to go back in and at a foundational level and tweak the infrastructure of your business. And I understand that as a solopreneur, we typically don't go into business thinking it's going to be a business. We do things, people like it, some people ask to pay for it, we sell it, and now we're in business. But business is much more than delivering something. Business is way more thought process, strategy, marketing, communication. Like it's so much that goes into business. And I just want our solopreneurs to understand that even though you may have come in as a chef, once you start your own business, you're a chef and a business owner. Chefs don't have to worry about tracking numbers and project management and sales and marketing and legal and IT, but business owners do. So understand that when you step into that business phase, you're no longer what your profession was. You're that plus a business owner. And you may be the best chef in the world. You may be the best music artist in the world. You may be the best lawyer in the world. But once you become a business owner, it's an entirely different set of skills that you're going to need in order to make that work. And those skills have a lot to do with strategy, finance, sales, IT, and systems, and making sure that everything is running smooth. So those are my quick 5 tips that I want to give to solopreneurs. So if you're a solopreneur, let me know what you're building in the comments, or reply to the Substack. Let me know what you're building. If you have any questions that you want me to answer on any videos, I'd be happy to. Just send me the questions over and we can make videos about them. But if you're a solopreneur, keep grinding and you'll get there.